No business gets done here.
Thank you.
This nonsense
Yes.
just keep on. But I have one more
Which
thing
one?
to say. You know, you were just about to make a motion for an investigation again.
No. Cooper Square to
Cooper Square.
investigate the violations of my Mr.
Robert,
Robinson.
you don't have
Okay,
the
well,
floor.
I just want to put something else to bed. Even though you didn't get the vote last meeting to investigate me, after the meeting, a couple of days later, I went to Mr. Van Bergen, and just to make him at ease that there's nothing wrong with my apartment, and I brought him up, even though you lost the vote, I brought him up to my apartment, and I showed him everything that was done, and the most he said to me was, "You have a nice apartment."
Okay. All right.
So if I was hiding something, I wouldn't be inviting the manager of the building.
Just a minute. Point of order interrupts the speaker.
We don't know that Mr. Van Bergen knows the entire rules of all the permits that are needed for whatever.
Guys,
purpose.
excuse me.
As Mr. Lerner says, it's the
Excuse me.
responsibility of the owner.
You're not
No,
recognized.
And I do
Hey,
have
guys,
the, I do have
excuse me, you're you're not not recognized. Now, Mike, did you finish? Did you
Yes.
finish what you were saying? Okay.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to say, you know, if I can understand, I'm
What motion?
speaking. You know, if I went through this, if the Galaxy, you know, didn't know what I was doing, and I knew that they didn't know, and I let it happen, okay, I'm guilty. If the Galaxy told my contractor to do something, and he said to me, "Mike, we're not going to do it," and I agreed to that, okay, I'm guilty of that. But that's not what happened. I was told by both people that everything is okay. So, you know, we went through this the last meeting, and you bring it up
Okay.
again
I
tonight.
did not. It was
Okay,
brought by another-
let's
No,
close
no,
this
no,
discussion, guys.
no,
We
no,
have
May I make
40, wait a minute. 40 minutes on this,
Come on.
and this is nonsense.
Come
Come
on.
on, let's close this, please.
Simple motion to ask
I'm
Cooper
not
Square to
done yet.
investigate Andy Malanza violations, alleged violations, not compliance with the building department.
and, Mr.
Mike
Wait.
has the floor, he wasn't
Just,
done.
no,
Mike
Mike,
wasn't
I
finished.
thought said he was done. Were you
No, I was
done?
in the
No.
middle of speaking.
I'm sorry.
You've spoken for about 3 minutes and
You
30
spoke for
seconds.
15
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's,
no,
but
I'm
he
sorry, I
talked for
didn't-
hours.
Go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is, like Andy Milonzo, I came down here because I questioned that. I didn't take my whole wall down. I took the top piece out. And I always questioned whether that needed a permit myself. So when Andy mentioned he was going to take this wall down, I came down here and I walked right next to him and I said, "Andy, did you get a permit for this wall to take down?" And he hit it and he said, "No, it's not a load-bearing wall. It's not a founding wall. It's just sheetrock." So, you know, and when we went on the tour of the boilers, he shows me this 4-foot section of a pipe that he says he replaced.
Time.
I'm not done.
Yes,
And
you've
he
spoken.
says,
Let
I
me
said,
finish.
I'm
You've
He's
spoken
a
for
defendant.
4 minutes.
You don't censor
You
people.
have to
Yeah.
ask
No, you
permission
don't
how to
censor
continue.
people. Come on.
You have to ask the group to give you permission
I make
to
a motion
continue.
to
Can I just
override
finish
the
that?
Can I just finish
parliamentarian.
that
Yes,
last story?
continue.
Please.
He cut out a big piece of the boiler, a pipe, and he said he replaced it. And I said, did you get a permit to do that? And he said, "No, you don't need one." But you know, Martha's father is a oil burner mechanic. He was. And I used to go on outings with him, and I know for sure you need a black seal license to do what he did. But that doesn't mean Andy's unethical. He just didn't know. Or, you know,
Okay.
and just
Doesn't
because
justify
my
one room
contractor
does
and
not-
Bob Bilbauer thought it was okay, how is that, how are they unethical and how am I unethical?
Yeah.
But
Okay,
apartment
guys.
Even
38,
suggested is
apartment
that's
38
disgusting.
got the permit for the same work. You said
Yeah,
permit was
after
not
the
required.
fact, though. They didn't get it until the inspector came, and the inspector said you never
Mike,
pulled a
Mike,
permit for
Mike,
the cabinets and the tiles.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
honestly, I
That's the
expected you to
truth.
say, "I'm sorry, I did
I
not
don't-
know."
Okay.
I don't-
Not to speak.
Point of
I'm
order,
sorry.
point of order.
Why point of?
It's over.
Because he's not recognized.
It's
Well,
over.
I just
I'd like to
gotta
frame a motion.
finish
May I
this
make
out.
a
That's why he
Point of
called a
order.
point of
You know,
order.
a couple of years ago, people on this board, used to complain about these dirty political tricks of the other board, and now here we are, spun 3 years later, and they're doing the same thing. Three different occasions. Even Mr. Politarian bringing up my flyer. Highly improper and unethical to do that in the middle of an election. You should have somebody to censor you, because
Mike.
to equate a colorful word with yelling fire in a crowded theater is ridiculous.
Thank
And
you.
it's just damage control, because you probably think I did good last night, and this trashing of me 2 meetings in a row is dirty political trick, and you're just as bad, if not worse, than the people that you always criticized in the past, and you're disgusting.
I did
Okay.
not
You're a hypocrite.
violate.